If you don't know what kind of content to create to grow your following and keep your audience engaged on IG, then you do not want to miss these tips. What's up, people? This is Clint with Airbit, and today I want to talk about types of content you can create to keep your audience engaged and to grow your audience. We've talked about, the consistency in posting content in order to grow an audience on Instagram. But now let's talk about specific types of content you can start creating. So I'm gonna give you a few types of content you can start creating, like today. So the first one being snippets and previews of your work. So try and get away from just posting like videos of your computer screen or, like the little play button when you're playing a track. It's boring. Nobody wants to just sit and stare at that. So instead, create some dope graphics and artwork to go along with preview clips of your music. So this keeps your page looking interesting and not bland. And it also keeps people curious about what you have coming in the future. You may even be able to do some type of, behind the scenes of your creative process, which is actually another form of content you can create, behind the scenes content. This can be done in your stories as well as on your main feed. So people love to see kind of the behind the scenes look of, creative processes and things like that, or, from idea to production, what it took to get from point A to point B in regards to your music. So start showing some of that. And it's interesting for people to watch and kind of see the journey, and it makes them feel more connected to the music that you will eventually be releasing. Another type of content you can create is collabs. You can also use the Reels remix feature, which is kind of another form of collab. So this could be, you and maybe another person, collaborating on some type of music, or you playing to some music that someone else created. This is interesting. It puts a different face on your profile, not your profile, but your feed. And then it also allows you to expose that other person to your audience and vice versa. You are now exposed to that person's audience. So collaboration can be really great in creating content because, two minds are better than one. So you guys may be able to even come up with some original content to create together so that you guys can knock this out and start building your following, creating some super dope content with each other. You're a music lover, right? So you probably go to concerts and music events and networking events and things like that. Show some footage of you attending those events. People like to see that, it's kind of like inside look of, what you do outside of just making music. So if there's a favorite artist concert that you're going to, show some footage of that. Again, you can do this in the stories, you can do this in Reels, you can do this in pictures and things like that. It just gives people a different perspective of the things that you're into. Another dope type of content you can create is kind of like a everyday or a day in the life of you as a person. What else are you interested in outside of music? What else are you passionate about, right? So it may be hanging with your friends and family. It may be, I don't know, going to the zoo. Like, what else do you like to do outside of making beats? This will allow your audience to, build a deeper relationship with you because they'll feel like they know you a little bit better outside of just your music. Another great type of content you can create is quick tips to help your potential audience or your target audience. So this could be tips in the areas of recording. Like if your target audience are artists, right? They need recording tips. They may need vocal tips, vocal warm-up tips. So you can create helpful tips that will give them value to keep them sticking on your page because you're giving so much valuable information for free on your Instagram page. And this is going to attract more customers, more followers that are interested in what you have to offer. So in a previous video, I talked about 3 pillars of content I like to create on my page. So that's content revolving around education, inspiration, or entertainment. So if you want to focus on entertainment, you can create skits that are relatable to people who you want to follow you or you want to engage in your page. A lot of times this can be something as simple as, the real life situations that you've been through with artists in the studio, or, real life situations that you've been with or been through as a producer. If you've been through it 9 times out of 10, hundreds and thousands of other people have been through the same thing, which makes it funny and relatable. So maybe look at creating skits as a way to entertain your audience and increase that engagement. And then going back to the behind the scenes is so dope because not only can it be inspiring for people to see how this idea came from idea to, you know, a fully produced track, but it can also be a moment of education if you're breaking down how you created a beat or how you took a sample and flipped it into what it is now. This can be even educational for other producers in your particular market. So definitely create some behind the scenes content. It creates a lot of value and it's just super interesting and cool to look at. So hopefully this gave you some ideas on what kind of content you can start to create and post on your Instagram page. Again, have fun, be creative, and just explore different ideas, but this should definitely get you started. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you haven't already, be sure to join the Airbit Discord community. The link to that will be in the description. That's all I have for you today. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.